Hi everyone, intuitive and astrologer Lisa Salvatore here to talk to you about the Taurus new moon that takes place on May 7th and the surrounding energies. Please be sure to like, share, and subscribe and hit the bell icon so that you are notified of all new uploads. Also sign up for my newsletter if you have not yet done so. To keep up with new posts and events, the link is below in the description box. Our Taurus new moon takes place on May 7th at 11:22 p.m. Eastern Time at 18 degrees and 2 minutes of Taurus. I really like this new moon. I'm looking at this as a healing balm, but we need to apply the medicine. The moon is exalted in the sign of Taurus. The moon loves to be in the sign of Taurus. It's very comfortable and cozy in the earthy domain of the bull. So we already have that working in our favor. The only planet retrograde right now is Pluto. I shouldn't say the only because Pluto is kind of a heavyweight. Pluto stationed retrograde back on May 2nd. So there's definitely a level of intensity and depth of emotion to this new moon. It's a great new moon for focusing on opportunity. We are still very much under the energy of that Jupiter-Uranus conjunction in Taurus that took place back on April 20th. Again, please go and check that video out. That is linked below in the description box. So this is a great new moon for focusing on opportunity, especially opportunity in connection to our finances. Also to nature, because it's Taurus, to food, to beauty, to pleasure, to the earth-based pleasures, to connecting to self, our own self-worth, our value, what we value, who we value. And I'm saying this in the highest vibration possible. That's what this new moon is focused on. Be open to the new, okay? Like I said, we're still very much under that Jupiter-Uranus conjunction, so there is this element of blessings, but also an element of surprise. Expect the unexpected. Something else I want to mention with the moon does govern over our emotional body, and it also talks about our physical body, what is going on. And the sign of Taurus rules over the neck, the thyroid gland, the tonsils, the vocal cords, the Adam's apple. So these areas might just feel a little bit more sensitive around the new moon. You may be feeling a little bit more hoarse. Your throat chakra might feel a little bit clogged up. If you have strong Taurus, you may be feeling that even more. It's a great time to exercise the throat chakra. Sing in the shower or sing wherever. Communicate, express yourself, connect. Now we're going to get to the chart in just a moment here, but I also wanted to pull in the tarot cards that are connected to Taurus and to this new moon. So this new moon takes place in the second decan of Taurus, which means the second third of the sign of Taurus, 18 degrees. So it goes 0 to 10 is decan 1, 10 to 20 is decan 2, and then 20 to 30 or 29 is decan 3. So this new moon takes place in the second decan, and the tarot card for this is the Six of Pentacles. The Six of Pentacles is all about the redistribution of wealth, mind, body, spirit. Now, Taurus is connected to money. This is Pentacles, so this is the earth-based value, the money, the monetary. But this is also about spiritual wealth. You can have all the money in the world, but it's the richness of the spirit that truly matters. Taurus is ruled by the planet Venus, and Venus also rules the sign of Libra, and this tarot card is often connected to the sign of Libra because we've got the scales of balance here. So this can also represent Libra energy, and Taurus rules over the Hierophant, the fifth card of the major arcana in the tarot. The Hierophant archetype is all about the lessons that we come against in this journey called life. The Hierophant speaks more to spiritual law, spiritual code of conduct, or otherwise known as Dharma. It's the spiritual or moral code of conduct that we live by. Dharma and karma are not the same thing. Karma are actions that can be either good or bad, but they are what they are. You reap what you sow. It's a circle. That's karma. Dharma is more of the moral direction of the soul. It lends towards being more auspicious by nature, dependent upon, of course, the individual's beliefs. And the Hierophant speaks very strongly to morals and to beliefs and to a higher law, but it's not legal, it's spiritual. And interestingly enough, the other tarot card for Taurus is the Six of Pentacles, which can also be interpreted in a legal manner. It's about balancing the scales, right? So we can think of that like karma and dharma. So again, with this energy, it's really important to define your values, to own them, to stick by them, to set up healthy and rewarding routines for yourself spiritually, physically, emotionally. Make a vow to enjoy those earth-based pleasures more. Maybe once a month you go to a museum, you go to an art gallery. Perhaps you're taking care of your budget more thoroughly. Get out into nature more. All of these things are a very strong focus, or should be a very strong focus under this Taurus new moon. If ever there were a time to sit against a tree, to be crunchy and walk barefoot in the grass, if you've never done that before, which by the way is amazing, the Taurus new moon is the time to do that. This new moon is one that you would definitely want to set intentions under for everybody, but it's going to be that much more potent if you have strong Taurus, Scorpio, Leo, or Aquarius, and even more specifically if your points and or placements fall between 16 and 20 degrees of any of those signs, specifically Taurus. You can always download your free birth chart right on my website. It's linked here in the description box. It's very easy to follow so that you can grab your placements. The degrees will be listed there as well. So when I say between 16 and 20 degrees, you will know what that means. So yes, this is a great new moon for everybody. Specifically Taurus, Scorpio, Leo, and Aquarius between 16 and 20 degrees. And also Virgo and Capricorn placements between 16 and 20 degrees. Now I also want to say, even though new moons are a time of new beginnings and they are said to be more auspicious, that doesn't always mean that you're going to have this amazing new moon energy. It might not land that way for you, even if your astrology looks fantastic. And I'm not saying that to pee on your proverbial parade or anything like that. I'm simply saying it because I've had some amazing looking transits where some pretty nasty things happen. And on the other side of that, I've had some really gnarly looking transits where good things have happened. So you really just don't know. So I always say, trust your intuition, go with what you feel. If you feel compelled to set intentions under this new moon, go ahead and do it. If you don't do it. I do not work with every single new moon and full moon. I don't. This one I will be though. So let's go ahead and pull up the chart. Here we have our Taurus new moon, May 7th, 11:22 p.m. Eastern time. I have this set for New York. You can obviously set this for your location if you are pulling up the chart yourself. We see here the sun and the moon perfectly aligned at 18 degrees and 2 minutes of Taurus, and that is how we have our new moon. We've got Jupiter and Uranus right over here, still very much connected, bringing forth a lot of lessons and also a lot of blessings surrounding change, surrounding truth, surrounding the Taurus areas of your life and the Taurus areas of our lives, which is the earth, our earth's resources, the weather, finances, expansion of all of these things, for better or worse, and many more. Again, I've done a full reading on Jupiter and Uranus, which is linked in the description box. But we are very much under these energies at this new moon. And it's all about the new. So this is opportunity, this is expansion, this is recognition, this is growth, and in some cases, just being at the right place at the right time. The ruler of this new moon is Venus, because Venus rules the sign of Taurus, and we have Venus exalted in the sign of Taurus here at 10 degrees. She loves to be in the sign of Taurus. She's very focused on the physical, on love, on connection, on pleasure. A lot is going to be coming up under this new moon energy surrounding our self-worth, surrounding the way we feel about ourselves physically and also emotionally, the way we feel about our money, our relationship to self, our relationship to money. Venus and Saturn are supporting each other here, which is actually really nice because Saturn brings in commitment. Saturn brings in a commitment to connection. And in a harmonizing aspect to Venus, Saturn's bringing in a commitment to connection, a commitment to connecting to whatever you are connecting to for yourself to enhance and increase the richness of your soul, of your path, of your purpose. Love yourself, and everything else falls into place. Venus is also in a quincunx to the South Node in Libra, or an inconjunct. And what that basically means is that, in Taurus, Venus will hang on, because Taurus is a sign that really does hang tight to its people, to its energies, to its possessions. It's not that easy to get Taurus energy to let go, even when letting go is the best thing for them. And when we're dealing with an aspect to the South Node is all about release. It's about shedding the baggage surrounding our relationships that are not working for us. Remember, Libra is also a sign that is ruled by Venus. So we have the ruler of Taurus in the sign of Taurus, and then we also have the ruler of Libra connecting with Venus, but it's in an aspect that speaks to more of a disconnect. It's more of an adjustment, but it's necessary for the soul's evolution. So this is about getting in touch with everything and anything that is holding us back from true, authentic connection to self and then to others. It's about recognizing and releasing that which isn't working, even when it hurts, knowing that it is for our growth. It is for our soul's purpose and mission. This is about not compromising your beliefs and or your integrity for others when you know it isn't right. To thy own self be true. Under these energies, if you're confused, get out into nature. This is such a supportive new moon for that. Venus is also in an inconjunct to Black Moon Lilith up here, which Black Moon Lilith is not a planet, but she is an energy that speaks to the side of ourselves that we keep repressed. We stuff her down. She's the bad girl in all of us, masculine or feminine. So again, Venus in an inconjunct to the South Node and Black Moon Lilith is just going to be bringing things up that might make us feel inadequate in specific relationships. But the message there is, why do you feel inadequate? Why is this really bothering you? What is the root of this? Is this revolving around another person, or is this within the self? And what do you have to do to rebalance the scales? Venus is also in a loose square to Pluto, which is tension. So there is some intensity of emotion that could be coming up, or intense feelings for better or worse, surrounding our self-worth, surrounding the way that we feel about ourselves physically and financially, because Venus is our money. And this is a Taurus new moon. Taurus is money. And when we don't have money, we may not really feel value. But again, really strong message is spiritual over material, balancing the two. Also, since there's such strong earth energy right now, how do you contribute to our world, to our planet, for the greater good? How can you do better? How can you step it up a notch? Maybe think about that under this new moon. It's a great new moon for gardening. Taurus is the sign of gardening, and I don't know where you are, but where I am in the world, it's great for sowing our seeds. Literally, I actually just set a lot of mine up last week. So this is the energy of growing your own food. Taurus, Mother Earth. Be good to yourself. Do something that makes you feel good. Recognize your own value. Honor the beauty of your soul. We also have Mars over here at 5 degrees of Aries, in a sextile to Pluto, which is a softer aspect here, thankfully, because Mars and Pluto, when they connect, they are pure force. Pure force, pure passion, pure intensity, but it's a softer aspect. This can really help us to set our intentions and then move toward our goals. It can give us that energy that we need, that push. It can increase our vitality. Our desires are really speaking to us under this new moon. Think where there's a will, there's a way. That's this energy. And then we have this Jupiter-Uranus conjunction also in a trine to Ceres over here, 21 degrees of Capricorn. Again, this Ceres is about nurturance. Ceres is actually about our food supply. It's about gardening. So that further enhances what I just said earlier about gardening, literally gardening, growing your own food, learning more about it, planting flowers, getting outside in the dirt, in the earth. Just more of an emphasis on that. I have to mention that this could also bring in an increase of seismic activity. Now, we have definitely seen an increase over the last couple of months. And I've mentioned this before, and I don't want to keep focusing on it because I don't want to put it out there into the universe, but what is, right? This is likely going to continue straight on through the summer solstice, okay? A lot with water, and unfortunately, a lot with some shaking of the earth. But let's try and pray that out. Mother Earth is speaking to us. So again, very strong emphasis around this new moon with sustainability and security, both with physical food and with soul food. And over here we see asteroid Prosperina, and Prosperina is lined up with this new moon. Prosperina is equivalent to the Greek goddess Persephone. If you know your mythology, you know that Persephone was kidnapped and brought into the underworld by Pluto, or Hades. And long story short, the mythology of Prosperina revolves around transformation and evolution. It's about the cycles and the seasons and the changes that we go through in life. Prosperina spent most of her year in the underworld with Pluto, and the other part on Earth with her mother Ceres, or Demeter, which is why Ceres is said to be responsible for the change of seasons, sustainability, the growth of food, vegetables. And again, we can talk about mythology for days, so I'll just leave that there. But this new moon lined up with Persephone, and we're dealing with Pluto in a sextile to Mars and Pluto in a loose square to Venus. There's definitely a tremendous theme around transformation. Now, if you are a subscriber to my newsletter, I've talked a lot about this, about Pluto and about the underworld and about how we are all kind of being like forced to go down into the underworld for ourselves to transform and to strip away what isn't working. So this is really powerful. Again, transformation and renewal are at the forefront here. There's definitely a depth to this new moon and the feelings of the wanting to go deeper into the exploration of our own unique psychology. It's about empowerment and resilience and recognizing how we are very resilient beings. After all, we cannot heal from what we will not feel. So allow yourself to feel. I can keep going, but let's stop it there and let's talk about where this new moon is going to be for you by sign. As always, follow your rising sign for most accuracy. Again, download your free birth chart right on my website, lisasalvatore.com. It's right on the homepage. If you are a Taurus rising, this is your new moon. We get one a year. This is your new moon to set intentions. No task is too small. You have the support of Jupiter and Uranus as well. Many blessings, many opportunities can come through for you, but like I always say, take one step toward the gods and they in turn will then take 10 steps towards you. That's a quote by the author Joseph Campbell. But I love that quote, and I always think about it when I think about anything having to do with Jupiter. And Jupiter's in your sign, lined up with Uranus, promoting change. So don't be afraid to step outside of your comfort zone, Taurus, to step outside of the box. You'll be glad you did, even if it's a little bit uncomfortable at first. Remember, nothing grows in comfort zones except complacency. Gemini rising, this new moon takes place in your 12th house, so this is going to be a new moon very much focused on your spiritual health, on how you spend your soul solitude time, soul retrieval. You're likely going to be doing a lot of reflecting upon the past, and this doesn't feel negative. There could be some sad things that come up for you, but this is all for clearance and for healing. A very strong new moon to dedicate yourself to a stronger spiritual practice. Cancer rising, this new moon will take place in your 11th house, and there's a very strong focus on the groups that you are a part of or that you're contributing in, the community that you're a part of, your friendships. This could be a really good time to put yourself out there to do something for charity. Maybe now's the time you get a pet or you apply for that new job. Really focus on your goals, your dreams, your hopes, and your wishes. They're very supported under this new moon for you. Leo rising, this new moon takes place in your 10th house, which is all about your public image. This is about your career. This is about your vocation. This is about your status. Are you happy where you are? Do you want to climb higher? Do you want to level off? Do you want to start something for yourself? Do you want to leave altogether? Do you want to move? These are all focuses for you under this new moon. Virgo rising, this new moon is very much focused on expansion, okay? This is a great new moon for you if you wanted to start a certification or start a class, go back to school, formally or informally. Maybe you want to plan a trip, a long distance trip even. Learn a foreign language. This is all about cultivating new experiences for you. Don't get too stuck and fixated in the old because you do crave change, but your motto right now is if it isn't broke, let's not fix it. But this new moon is really promoting you to take a chance and make some changes. Take a gamble. Maybe even literally do a little gambling. It may work in your favor, but don't go crazy because it may not. But test your luck a little bit. Test your faith. You'll probably feel the call to do so. Libra rising, this new moon is going to take place in your 8th house, and this could definitely be asking you to do intimacy a different way. Do you allow yourself to be genuinely intimate with other people? Do you allow yourself to bond deeply beyond the surface, beyond the superficial, beyond the mental only? This is a great new moon to further and deepen your connections, to further and deepen your bonds. It's also a great new moon for you when it comes to your finances. If they haven't been that great, this is a really good new moon for you to set that straight. Or maybe you're looking into other investments or real estate. Maybe you're taking out that loan finally. This is a good new moon for setting some intentions in those areas of life. Scorpio rising, this new moon is taking place in the partnership sector of your life. Relationships of all kinds. This is family, this is business, this is personal, this could be romantic, any and all of the above. You're looking into contracts, negotiations, whether they're written, whether they're verbal. You're being called to revamp and revise the connections in your life. Some new connections could come in, some nice unexpected connections. Be open to the opportunities and the blessings. Sagittarius rising, this is a great new moon for you to really focus on what you are doing on the day to day. Do you like what you're doing? Do you like your routine? Do you need to spruce it up? Sagittarians thrive off of change. So you may want to travel, you may want to change things up, shake things up a bit. Perhaps you start a new fitness routine, you change your diet. Maybe you're noticing you're very sensitive to dairy, for example, so now's the time for you to clean that up. It's a new moon in Taurus, very focused on the physical. So this is going to be a new moon very focused for you on the body, on food, on what you're feeding your body, not just physically, but also emotionally, mentally. It's time for the new. Capricorn rising, this is a great new moon for you to get out and have some fun. Allow yourself to play. This new moon is focused on your childlike expression, getting back to a vibration of joy. Turn on music and dance. Maybe you dance with your children if you have children. You connect more to the children in your life, or just simply to your own inner child. This is a new moon very focused on healing for you, Capricorn. Remember to have some fun. Allow yourself to express. You don't have to be so serious all the time. And this new moon falls in the 5th house of fun and creativity. This is also a great new moon for you for creative work, putting out your creative projects or expressing yourself more creatively, which really is expressing yourself in any way, right? Because we're all creative. But this is all about expression for you, fun. And there could be some potential for some new love if you're in the market for that, or the spicing up of a current relationship. So enjoy that. Aquarius rising, this new moon takes place in your 4th house. How are you feeling about your emotional body? How are you feeling about your physical foundation? How are you feeling about your house? Now, when I say that, I'm talking about your physical body. I'm talking about your emotional body. Are you allowing yourself to feel your emotions? Are you connecting to the people in your life as much as you could be or should be? Are you allowing them in? This is a new moon that's very much focused on family. This could be family of origin and or family of choice, who you refer to as family. This is a great new moon for you if you are looking to do something involving real estate, maybe putting your house on the market, refinancing, looking into these things. This is a really supportive new moon for that for you. Also for doing emotional work. So if you've been trying to avoid heavy emotions, they might come up for you around this new moon. But just know that with Pluto in your sign as well, this is all about clearing and healing. And again, we cannot heal from what we will not feel and deal. Pisces rising, this new moon is going to be impacting your third house. This is the house of your communication. This is the house of your expression, okay? This is also an area of your chart that speaks to siblings, cousins, neighbors, your community, and people that can represent siblings, cousins, neighbors. It doesn't have to be so literal, okay? And this is a great new moon for you to express yourself, to express how you feel, to express yourself in a different forum, in a different channel. Maybe you start a podcast under these energies, or maybe you're a guest on a podcast. Maybe now is the time you start to write that book that you've been wanting to get started, or you contact a publisher. This is all about creative and communicative expression for you, Pisces. It's all about using your voice. Quite literally, you may even want to take singing lessons at this time. I don't know. Only you will know how that resonates for you. It could also be a great new moon for mending a relationship that might have had a falling out. And it could feel very emotional, but it can also be very healing. Remember, I said that this new moon was like a healing balm, but you have to apply the medicine. And last but not least, Aries rising. This new moon falls for you in the second house of money, of your personal finances. It's also your resources, the way that you connect to your money and your resources. It's what you value. It's the way you value yourself. So this new moon could bring in brilliant opportunities for you to invest your money in a different way. Or if you haven't been so great with your money, this will be a great new moon to redo the way you're doing things, to revamp your personal financial systems. Perhaps this is the time where you go and invest in a financial advisor. A lot of opportunities can also present themselves for you involving money. Real estate could be a part of this as well. So set your intentions and set your sights high. Mars is also in your sign, furthering your energy levels. So blaze that trail like you always do, and blaze away what isn't working for you, and don't be afraid to start over. There you have it, all 12 signs. I hope that this was helpful. Take really good care of yourself. Happy new moon. Happy Taurus season to all of my fellow Taurians. And again, all of my links are below. Take good care.